Welcome back to Strength and Health for Life, where we talk about how mental health has moved to the forefront. Hello! Welcome to day 101 of our wellness journey together. Before we begin, we ask that you smash that like button down below, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell to receive all alerts, and watch the video all the way through. Also, if there are any topics you'd like to see in this channel, please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. Today we continue our series on how COVID has changed the health and fitness field possibly forever by talking about how there's a major shift towards mental health. And it's pretty obvious what's caused that, with all the lockdowns preventing people from congregating and communicating quite as well with each other. And as stated in the previous video on how exercise has become medicine, we know that people are social creatures that require interaction with each other in order to have a healthy mental state. Not only that, we require room for us to go out and expend extra energy and be more active. Even those of us who stayed indoors most of the time actually require some time and the option of going outside.
But what does that have to do with mental health?
I'm about to tell you, just hold on. There's multiple ways that COVID has affected our mental health, not just because we can't go outside, but for many other reasons. Today, we'll go over the 4 that seem to be most prevalent. Many of us watching this video will be able to identify with one of these 4. And upon further inspection, you may find that you yourself are included in one of these 4 groups as well. And it's not your fault, but it definitely helps to be able to look and identify. Number 1, increased anxiety. That's right, COVID is responsible for increased anxiety, not just because of fear of the pandemic itself, but because many of us have lost our job or are stuck indoors when we would normally go outside all the time. Humans are creatures of habit, and any interruption to our normal habit causes increased anxiety. But because we were all stuck indoors for such a long time, and the fact that there may be another rise in that, only compounds with the fact that many of us have lost our jobs. And what makes it worse is that it lasted long enough that it's actually spawned people with legitimate anxiety disorders. You have anxiety long enough that it actually causes this disorder by making it part of your body's natural habit and reaction. And because of this and the availability of psychological help over the internet, that means that this may be a normal part of everyday life now. A shift in focus towards the helping of mental instabilities. By the way, if you have anxiety because you've lost your job, or you think that you might lose your job in the near future because of all of this, maybe it's time that you take the control of your income and put it back into your own hands so you no longer have to worry. So if you'd like to take back control of your income and time like I have, take action now and click the first link in the description to learn how. I believe it'll help you just as much as it helped me. Number 2, increase in paranoia. This is another one that may have happened without people realizing it. This is due to not knowing who may have the virus and who may not. Even moving forward after things are over with, this could possibly stick around and linger. This is partially due to the fact that some people that contract the virus are asymptomatic. So this makes people paranoid about everybody that they meet throughout the day. And it's definitely possible, because it lasted for so long, that this has become a part of our daily routine. And as it's become a habit, it may branch out from just wondering who has the virus to other things as well. Because once distrust spawns, it tends to grow without a self-conscious effort to eliminate it. This one may not be permanent, but it will most likely linger for a while, especially since distrust has caused other things to happen recently as well. We won't get into those, but it's part of the whole process. It's yet another thing that we need to take a look at when it comes to mental health. And again, not everybody's paranoid, but it seems that there's a larger influx of people that are. Number 3, increase in agoraphobia. This one is another really big one. People that never had agoraphobia before may develop it for one of 2 reasons. The first reason is fear of the virus and fear of getting sick outside. You know, the fear of an unseen enemy that could be just lingering around the next corner. And the second one is just merely getting used to being inside. Being inside where it's a safe place and not having anything happen when everything else has been happening outside can lead people to develop agoraphobia and never want to go back outside again. Simply because they know that inside is safe and outside is unknown. And this is another one that could become worse if we have another lockdown like we had before. We could see the numbers rise even more. And this is one of the few that you don't realize is there until things start getting better. Now, there are places to get help, and you can even get an appointment with a psychologist online from the safety of your own home. But this is definitely one of those things that I think we'll see grow in the near future. Simply because as things get better, more and more people will realize that they have agoraphobia when they didn't have it before. Number 4. The increase of existing mental health issues. There's always been some people that have mental health issues in this world. Unfortunately, because of COVID, they may have gotten worse. Not only does the fear of the virus increase their paranoia and possibly worsen their mental state, but it can actually cause even more mental issues once they contract it. As an example, if someone is a paranoid schizophrenic, then just the act of the virus being around may justify their paranoia and thereby solidifying their position mentally. And between that and limited access to any kind of medical staff during the lockdown, they may have increased symptoms because they're people too, and they need just as much help and communication as the rest of us do. Overall, the topic of mental health is a very uncomfortable and hard topic to talk about, but it needs to be talked about, especially with COVID having happened. Because in general, humans want to help each other because we're very communal creatures. So it's important that we're aware of the mental health issues that may have seen a spike due to COVID so we can be there for each other and help each other out. You know what? And because I like all of you, I'll give you a bonus one. Number 5, increase in depression. Depression hits many of us, but especially in a world where we're afraid to go outside and everything is unstable. We may find that we just don't like doing the things that we used to do anymore simply because we can't go outside, we're not getting enough vitamin D, our jobs are lost, and everything looks like it's going downhill. That's why we need to be there for each other. If you know someone that has depression, don't be afraid and don't hesitate to show them that you love them and that you're there for them. Because the worst possible thing when someone has depression is to be alone. And because humans are communal creatures, we need to have that communication and that interaction with someone. That's also why it's one of the biggest keys to success, whether it's financial, weight loss, or even in relationships. You need to have someone to talk to be there for you, to help keep you motivated and accountable, or even just to emotionally support you through whatever journey you're on. So if you're looking for a weight loss community to help keep you motivated and accountable, or maybe you just need someone to be there for you along your weight loss journey, please follow us on Facebook and join our Facebook group. Those links are at the bottom of the description. With all that said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next video.